Good morning, my dear friends. It's a great pleasure for me to invite you to this video lesson class. So, good morning, all of you. I wholeheartedly invite you all to this class. As usual, let me introduce myself. This is P. Krishnamurthy, lecturer in English, working at Government Degree College for Women, WANAPARTHY. And we have been talking about on spellings. This part spelling in a grammar, it is comparatively less emphasized by most of the people. But the importance of spelling in written English is very, very important. However great you are in your communication, however great you are in delivering speeches, whatever you are when you talk to somebody else, when you address a gathering, it's immaterial. But when you write an application, when you write an essay, when you write a topic on a piece of paper, when you submit a thesis, when people begin to read what is written by you, they read in between the lines. They go through each and every word and each and every line in a very critical manner. So the writer should always keep this idea in the mind. The book I am going to present, the matter that I am going to write, the essay that I am going to present in the newspaper, or maybe handwritten papers, this is going to be read by majority of the people in the society. When you have this kind of consciousness in our mind, I just say that spelling mistakes will be decreased. And you find that there won't be any spelling mistake. As long as you take very lightly about the spelling mistakes, so long as you keep on committing spelling mistakes. I don't wish this one. I don't say this has to be done, but we have to be rather careful in presenting, in writing our spellings for certain words. Some words are very, very crucial. Some people, they understand because the pronunciation is same. They're all homophones. It's very, very difficult for homophones. The sound, the pronunciation will be same. The spelling is different, the meaning is different. For example, let me say about meat. I went to market to buy meat. I went outside to meet my friend. These are beautiful sentences. To find out the difference between the two words, both of them are pronounced same. Both of them are homophones. I have gone to market or went to market I went to market to buy meat. I went to market to buy meat. I went outside to meet my friend. So here the two words are underlined, meat and meat. In the first sentence, I went outside to buy 1 kg of meat. So there, meat means the edible item, the bone and flesh of this sheep are good. In the second sentence, meat means you are going to consult your friend. You are going to consult, you are going to speak to him. You are going to talk to him. You see, in both sentences, the words are pronounced similarly. And having similar pronunciation, but with a different spelling, with a different meaning, they're called homophones. Whenever you want to write, when you have only one spelling for M-E-E-T, I went outside to meet my friend. Okay, when you write this one, there's no any disturbance at all. Even the reader also doesn't understand in a negative manner. Suppose you want to say that you went outside to buy a cage of meat. You have that idea in your mind. But I went outside to buy a cage of meat. When you say MEAT, meat, then it is meaningful. When you write MEET, then the total sentence is disturbed. The reader doesn't understand what is the intention of the writer. What is the intention of the writer? When it is spoken English, when you are speaking to somebody else, when you utter, I think it doesn't give so much of impact on you, on the listener. But when you write wrong spelling for that kind of word, it becomes very difficult and the reader will be thrown into the world of confusion. That's very, very important that everyone is supposed to know. When you learn English, no, you have to be very particular and you have to go through all the words and you have to look up the words in the dictionary and you have to refer the dictionary regularly. You have to read as many passages, as many essays, as many books as you can, because the practice of reading, the practice of writing in English, that would eradicate spelling mistakes. That's a very fundamental thing that every learner of English has to keep in the mind. Until I think one part you may be very strong in one area, but you prove that you are very weak in some other area. Suppose you are a great speaker in English, but when you are asked to write an essay on any matter or any topic, when you write the essay, the matter is okay. The information is excellent, but these words, they are misspelled. The words which are written, the spellings are wrongly written. And naturally, the impression on you goes down. Remember, my dear friends, you're all young men and women attending UG and PG classes. There is every point for all of you to know about the importance of spelling, so which is majorly neglected by the speakers, by the teachers, by the lecturers, by the professors, by the people who train also. Because we don't have any very specific idea to learn about spellings very precisely, and we have very low opinion about the spelling. We have sometimes we are egoistic. We think we know everything. We are egoistic. Even I know that word, I can write that word, but when you write that one, you come to know that the spelling is wrongly spelled. That's the thing. So we have been talking for the last 2 days about spelling in part 1 and part 2 that we talked about, and we have done exercises with all examples also there. And today also we are going to extend this class on spelling. And let's, before going into the third part, let us review what was learned yesterday. What did we learn in yesterday's class? That's called recalling. So yesterday I defined what's meant by prefix. What is a prefix? What is a suffix? A prefix is a fragment of word added in front of a word. Suffix is a fragment of word added at the end of the word. It's very, very clear. So discomfort. Comfort is a word. Discomfort. Dis is prefix. So amusement. Amusement. MENT, that is suffix. That fragment of word is joining the ending part of the word, amusement. So this has to be done. So yesterday we talked about very clearly what was prefix and what was suffix. And yesterday we discussed how verbs are formed. How verbs are formed as nouns with the help of suffixes. Elect, election. Protect, protection. Invade, invasion. Invade, invasion. Like that. So, how verbs are formed as nouns and with the help of suffixes. So, yesterday we had this discussion how nouns are formed with the help of how verbs are formed as nouns with the help of suffixes. We discussed how new words are formed with the help of suffixes, like achieve, like that. So we discussed the use of tion, sion, tion, sion. We discussed the use of tion and ment. So all of them are suffixes. So with the help of the suffixes, some words are formed, some verbs are formed as nouns that we understood about the process how these verbs were transformed into nouns with the help of suffixes and how new words are formed with the help of suffixes that we discussed yesterday. And today we are going to talk use of I and EI. This is very, very special case. Always it cudgels the mind of the people. Always there will be cudgeling of the brains. Everyone. So I could say that 90% of the people, they just go wrong while attempting to write the spelling of certain words where I is included, where E is included. So use of I and use of EI. A common error made by many English language learners. A common error. It's a very common. I don't say that it's a blunder. It's an error. A common error made by many English language learners is to misspell words which include a combination of the letters I, the letters EI. Subsequently, immediately, I and E and I. There will be confusion. Receive, conceive, pursue, deceive. So, reveal, feed, fate, feet, fiend, like that. Many words are there. Is there any principle for this one? We have an idea. Is there any principle? So, to make it very, very clear. As such, there is no rule. For my dear friends, there is no rule at all. But however, there is one technique is there. There is a simple rule is there. There's simple technique is there. I could say that one. It's not a rule in a grammar, but there is a simple technique. I could say that one. There is a simple rule in the form of rhyme. Rhyming. That's the reason pronunciation. The better you pronounce a word, the better you articulate a word, the correct spelling is written on a piece of paper. Remember, that's the reason. So people, especially the third world countries, whose mother tongue is not English, they simply neglect pronunciation. If they neglect pronunciation, what happens? When you pronounce a word, the person who listens to your speech, he misunderstands the spelling of that particular word. Instead of writing, as I told you, so he may understand some other thing. So That's very, very difficult. So every part, I could say, my dear young friends, one cannot neglect any part in English grammar. Every part is equally important. Everyone is supposed to know that one sooner or later. I don't say that tense has to be learned very fast, and some of the verb has to be learned first, or maybe subject has to be learned first. And so you, of course, whatever the part is there in grammar, whatever the part that is there in English language, that has to be learned by sooner or later by every person. So every student, every teacher, every person is a lifelong student. Is a lifelong student. No one says that so he or she is complete. If anyone says that he is complete in learning English, if anyone says that he is perfect in learning English, I think he or she is fool, mere fool. I could say that because it's a ocean. It's an ocean. It's an ocean. So you can't learn. Even your span of 100 years is not enough to make yourself thorough and perfect. A person like William Shakespeare, a person like Dr. Floss, like a person like Dr. Samuel Johnson, a person like John Milton, a person like John Keats, a person like William Wordsworth, a person like W.B. Yeats, a person like P.B. Shelley. Like that, many scholars, many writers in English language, and Thorudath, Vivekananda, and Rabindranath Tagore, Nissim Ezekiel, Raja Rao, all these people. So C.D. Narasimhaya, A.V. Ramasarma, all these great scholars in English language, and Milton is Shakespeareans. So Professor Nagaraj, many people. Professor Sivarama Krishnan, all these. So Srinivas Iyengar, all Indian critics, Indian scholars, Indian writers, all of them, they made it very clear. Every part in English language is equally important to that of any other part. That's why don't neglect any part when you are a learner in English. And don't claim that you are complete in learning of English language. So today we are talking about the use of I and EI and the use of ABLE, IBLE as suffixes to the words. First, let us talk about the use of IE, EI. There is a simple rule in the form of rhyme. I can say that rhyme or sounding, sound system, articulation. If the rhyme is E, so you try to observe this one. It's a very simple techniques there. Suppose you are going to pronounce a word. In that word, if you make a sound like that, if you make a rhyme like that, if you articulate a sound like this, if the rhyme is E in general, IE comes. IE comes. If the rhyme is E after the alphabet C, remember, after the alphabet C, if the rhyme is E, EI comes. If the rhyme is A in sound system, A, EI comes. Very simple techniques of placing IE and EI. There may be some other words which are exceptional from of this rule, but we'll talk about those exceptional words. But in general, I'm talking about that one. When you pronounce a word, when there is a sound like that, when there is a rhyme in the middle of the word or at the beginning of the word or at the end of the word, if the rhyme goes like this in general, like E, then you are going to have IE. You are going to place IE. When you are going to create a rhyme, so after C alphabet, after C alphabet, it is not I, it is E. We'll talk about the examples also, then you understand better. If the rhyme is A, A, neighbor, 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 EI comes. So three rules are there. So let us see some examples and exercise also, how the words are pronounced. You see, I before E, rhyme with E, I. In general, when a word sounds like this, when rhyming goes like this, like E, so IE comes. For example, here, believe, believe. So in the word believe, E rhyme is occurred, E sound is occurred in the middle of the word. In general, what is the rule? Whenever rhyme E occurs in the middle of the sentence or in the word, so that IE is coming. I and E, both the letters are coming in the word. You see this word, I. Chief, 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 chief. So chief, I. I. Priest, E, chief, priest, I. Friend, 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 friend. He is my friend. He is my friend. Friend, friend. I. Patient. Patient in general. I'm talking about a patient. Patient. So I. Next coming to when the E rhyme comes, when C alphabet is used, after C alphabet, if E sound occurs, it is not I, it is EI. Let's see this one. Ceiling. Alphabet C occurs at the very beginning of this sentence. The very beginning of the sentence, alphabet C occurs. So immediately you have to follow that second rule that it's not I, it is EI taking place. Deceit. So here also, in deceit, D, C alphabet is occurring. Whenever C alphabet is occurring, after C, if the E rhyme comes, it is not I, it is EI. Deceit. Receipt. 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 So after C, if the rhyme is, if the sound is, if the articulation is E, you take EI. Receive. Receive. Here also, after C, so EI. So transceiver, the same rule is applied here. Same rule. Same rule is applied here. Coming to the third box, sounding like A, rhyming like A, sounding like A. So it is not IE coming, it is EI coming as in the case of second one. After C, EI. So the rhyme like A, then EI comes. Neighbor. Who is your neighbor? Neighbor. Neighbor. Vein. Vein. Neighbor. Vein. Neighbor. Vein. So next, weight. 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 WEAEIGHT. Way. A sound is coming. Vein sound is coming. So neighbor is A sound is occurring. Next, beige. A light. What do you understand by beige? Light grayish or light brown color. That is called beige. So here this word is pronounced like beige. A is occurred. So in that word, so we should not keep EIE, we should keep only EI. Next is slate. Slate. What do you understand by slate? SLIATE. S-L-E-I-G-H-T. 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 Slack means adroitness. Adroitness. So with the in using hands. Adroitness. So cleverness, very quickness. Adroitness. So moving hands, in using hands. That's called so magician. Magician, you know what happened? Magician, he moves the hands like that, and we get confused, and he creates a magic. One must have that adroitness. Even the weaver also. When you go to a weaver's home, there you find that that weaver is just weaving the cloth in a very, very cleverish manner. We don't understand how that threads are just getting into knitted, and we don't understand that one. But it's all uh, adroitness, the cleverness, the tactfulness, or skillfulness using with the hands. So do you understand that one? How this I is placed and how so EI is placed. It's very, very nice one. Next, we'll move on to the next one. So we have studied IE and EI. There are some exceptions to the rule of IE and EI. There are some exceptions to the rule of IE and EI, my dear friends. No rule is applied to the undermentioned words in a box. So here there's a box is there. In box, 6 words are placed there. You don't find any rule of first, second, third. Of first, second, third. E, not I. After C, EI. After sounding A, EI, you don't, so there is no need for these words. That's why these 6 words are exceptional words for this rule. The undermentioned words in the box have exceptions to the rule of IE and EI. That's simple. Then how do you remember this one? How can you remember this one? When there is no rule like that, certain words are there. You have to follow that one. It's an established rule. What is the best way to remember that one? The simple rule is to remember and memorize the spellings of the undermentioned words in the box. You have to remember, you have to memorize, you have to remember the spelling of the words. You have to practice. Come on, do practice, and all these 6 words become you only. Become yours. I could say that one. All these 6 words become yours, and you develop command over these 6 words. You see this one? What are those words? Seize, taking into control. Seize the vehicle. Taking into custody. Seize the vehicle. I think that gentleman, that person is taking that unwanted things or prohibited things in his car. So seize the vehicle. Put him behind the bars. Seize. EI. Actually, according to our first rule, we have to apply here IE only. But here, that rule is not applied. That's a special word. So that's why there is exception for this word. We have to remember and memorize the spelling of this word only. Being. Here also, IE has to be used as for the rule, but this is exceptional word. So no rule is applied for this word. You have to remember and memorize the spelling of this word only. Next, weird. Well, I could say that weird. What is this one? Suggesting some supernatural powers. Weird. Witches do have some weird powers. Or weird, having some supernatural powers. So weird means a magical stick, I could say that, or suggesting some supernatural powers. Weird. So here also you have to keep weird. So IE only, but That rule is not applied here. Now, science. Science, after C alphabet, according to second rule, we have to use EI. But you see the magic of this one? We have to use only IE because this is exceptional word. Either, 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 either or, either or. E is there. Actually, we have to use IE, but here it is EI. Society, 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 IE. So society, society, IE is there. All these six words are exceptional words that no rule, as we learned, it's not applicable to this one. So this is all about the use of IE and EI in the words. When you come across these letters in the words, you have to be a bit careful and you try to apply so that three rules of how these IE is getting occurred and how this EI is getting occurred in those words. And some these six words are there, how, so there are exceptions are there for these six words. Let's move on to the next one. Yeah. Now fill in the blanks with the correct spelling of the words. So we have done the exercise, we have known about the use of that IE and EI in the words. So the exercise is given here. Fill in the blanks with the correct spelling of the words. So here you see this one. Hair, hair, hair. EI, A sound is there. Air, air. Next. Pure, 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 pure. EI is there. EI is there. Pure means a platform constructed from shore to the water of the sea. So platform into the sea. I could say that one, platform into the sea, constructed from the shore to into the sea. That's called sometimes ships come and the people, the inside of that one, some cargoes are there. They people they download that one, or I could say that unload the cargoes, unload those material from that ship. So I could say that one, pure. So next, seizure, sudden occurrence of disease. What do you understand? Seizure, sudden occurrence of disease. Financier, financier, IE, financier. Mutuous, mutuous, IE, mutuous, IE, mutuous. Next, achieve, IE, achieve, IE. Sheikh, what do you understand? Mutuous, naughty. So Sheikh, the leader of Arab village. Next, surveillance. So close observation of a person, surveillance. So CC camera surveillance. You are under the surveillance. So CC camera. So in the surveillance you are there. Counterfeit. Counterfeit is not original. It's not original. I could say that one is all copy, imitative, counterfeit. So when you go to a movie, when you go to a cinema theater, so the ticket, it will be made into two halves. One half is taken by that person, the other half is given to us. So fear and deceive by certain mark actions. Faint, protein, TI, TEI, dare, EI, dare, died, species, glacier, and that's slowly, that what do you call it, slowly moving mass of ice. slowly moving mass of ice, glacier, leisure, leisure. So L-E-I. So this is all about this one. We'll go to the next one. Now, the second part of this today's class. Words ending in ABLE or IBLE. There are some words ending with ABLE and IBLE. Words ending with ABLE and IBLE are usually adjectives. For your kind information, capable. So capable. So it's an advice. It's an advice. So readable, enjoyable. So all ABLE, that suffix is going to add so at the end of the word, and that becomes adjective. So words ending with ABLE and IBLE are usually adjectives. You may have a doubt also. What do they mean, adjectives? So all these adjectives, they mean capable of. You are eligible, you have that capacity. Means they mean capable of, suitable for. So let us try to understand some examples here. Enjoy, enjoy, ABLE. That suffix is added to that enjoy, enjoyable, able to be enjoyed. The meaning is able to be enjoyed. Readable, the book is readable. It's a readable book. So it is suitable for reading. It is suitable for reading. Readable, capable of being read. Edible oil. So in supermarkets, in big bazaars, we find that edible oil. Edible means suitable for eating. Biscuits. So they're all edible things. Biscuits, edible things. Ice creams, edible things. Reversible, capable of being reversed. Reversible, capable of being reversed. Okay, let's study some more examples of ABLE and IBLE. You look at these words here. Adaptable. It can be adaptable. It can be adapted. So capable of adapting. Adaptable. It can be adaptable. It can be adapted. So suitable for adoption. I could say that was suitable for adoption. Bearable. So bearable. So it's you can bear that one. You have so much of pain. So yeah, it's a bearable pain only. I can bear it. It's a bearable pain only. Debatable. Yeah, the topic given by our lecture today in the class is a debatable topic. The topic is very, very interesting. So a lot of debate is going to be taken place in the classroom on that particular topic. Here you are going to have two groups. One group is going to express its own opinion. The other group is not going to coincide with their ideas. That group is going to involve in the debate. So a lot of debate is going to take place on this topic. So this topic is debatable topic. This is called debatable topic. Adorable, praisable, adorable. So you can adore. So we all the people, we adore all our freedom fighters. We have to adore them, even though they are not God and goddesses, but we adore their services to our country in making all of us liberated from the Britishers. Adorable. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan did his adorable services. APJ Abdul Kalam provided adorable services. Mother Teresa extended her adorable services. Mahatma Gandhi did his adorable services. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar extended his immeasurable, adorable services. Horrible, horrible. So IBLE, horrible. So having that horrifying nature, horrible, it's horrible, suitable for a horrifying. Feasible, it's very adaptable. I could say that one. Feasible, you can change it. So easily feasible. You can alter that one. Adaptable, accessible. Yeah, you can. He is always available. Accessible means available, ready. Flexible means feasible. Flexible, you can twist it. You can move. You can change. You can mold. That's called flexible. Permissible. Yeah, it can be permittable. It can be so permissible. It can be permitted. Breakable. You can break a piece of chalk. Yeah, it's breakable. When a rod is given to you, come on, break it. Can you break that one? You can't with your hands. But when a piece of chalk is given to you, so can you break that one? Yeah, why not, my dear friends? So it's all breakable one. It's breakable one. Audible. Audible. So it can be listened. It can be listened. Movable. We can move it. It's a movable table. The furniture is a movable furniture. It's a static furniture. Means you can't move it. It's movable. Illegible. Legible. Write in the examination with your legible writing. You write, you provide, you give legible writing. So write exam with a legible writing. Take your exam with legible writing. Write your answers legibly. Illegible means you cannot, so it's not legible also. You can't see it. You can't find out the difference. You can't identify what is it and what is not. You can't identify. Illegible. Intelligible. Intelligible means audible. When you utter any sound, it should be audible. When you speak in a classroom, the voice should go to the last student who is sitting on the last bench. It should be, your lesson should be intelligible. Your sentences spoken by you are intelligible. Then only the class, entire class feels so happy about your teaching. Otherwise, they have their own doubts. Next, coming to advisable. Yeah, this is advisable one. Acceptable. We can accept him as our friend. So acceptable. Responsible. Responsible. So having that duty-mindedness. Inflatable. You can fill any cylinder with a gas or with air. Inflatable. Eligible. Eligible. So you can apply for a job. Do you have eligibility? Yeah, I do have eligibility. So eligible, you are eligible to participate in the seminar. Eligible. Incredible. You can't believe that one. Incredible India with numerous languages, with numerous faiths, with numerous beliefs, with numerous languages. Above all, we are all one. By languages, we are many. But as a nation, we are one. This is called Incredible India. From Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Calcutta to Mumbai. It's Incredible India. Different regions, various regions, religions, languages, faiths. So, lot of diversity is there. But whatever the diversity that is there in their practice, but they are united as a nation. That's why all our Indians and India is called Incredible India. Navigable. You can sail. It's a navigable ship. You can sail by the ship. Reversible. Reversible. You can reverse it. Preferable. Yeah, preferable. He is preferable to that person. I prefer this object to that object. preferable, justifiable. Yeah, you have to justify. When you are appointed as a lecturer in a government degree college, so you have to justify your duties. So you have to be justifiable. You have to be justifiable. Your teaching should be justifiable, invincible, invincible, unconquerable, unconquerable. No one can conquer you. So God is invincible. God is invincible, capable, capacity, having the capacity, negligible. So it can be neglected. It can be neglected. So collapsible. I just say that spelling mistakes so cannot be negligible. Cannot be negligible. Collapsible. It may be falling down, collapse. So this all. So next. So today we come to know the use of EI and IE. So we have understood today the use of IE and EI. So we have three rules of using these IE and EI in sentences. But there is exception for certain words. So we have also known the exception of the rule, that is IE and EI. So 6 words are given in the box. So that's one: science, society, so like that, seas. 6 words are given in the box. So we have got complete and thorough understanding about the use of IE and EI whenever they occur in the words. We have also understood the words ending in ABLE and IBLE suffixes. So ABLE and IBLE. So all these two suffixes are going to join at the end of the word, and all of them, they become adjectives. Adjectives, capable of, having capacity of, suitable for, capable of and suitable for. So adjectives. So these two suffixes, ABLE and IBLE, so join to the words and they become so adjectives. And we have also done exercise. We have also done exercises on these two variety of spellings. So IE and EI, ABLE suffix, IBLE suffix. For today, we have learned this one, and maybe in tomorrow's class, we'll understand more about spelling at a different dimension. I hope you have understood very well about the uses of IE and EI and the uses of ABLE and IBLE in this classroom. Thank you for listening to me, and thank you very much, and thank you one and all.